This will be painful, but foolproof. And we use this 3 action item method all the time to create bodyweight rock stars. Then they go and crush it at 5, 15, even 50 years and beyond in all kinds of activities, from daily life to martial arts to competition and performance and powerbatics. Here's the thing though, a lot of people don't know where to start, how to structure their training, how to build the moves, and what everyone wants, how to keep making progress. But if you apply this 3 action item method, you'll know how to build a training block, reverse engineer really any move you want, and how to make sustainable progress. Action item number 1 is exactly how you should be setting up your entire training block and what you should include in it, whether you're a raw beginner or already advanced. A key piece to our training is something that I'll label the strength thread. It's how our students are able to build a high level of sustainable power and movement. It's the glue that holds everything together. Strength from all angles is woven through a training block like thread, but it's painful, not because it hurts physically, but because it'll push you outside your comfort zone. This is how the strength thread works. Let's say you're training like we do. You start with some form of cardio, then you do the full body joint prep warm-up. This first phase includes strength threaded through the warm-up, like a piece of string. For example, we start with the core using, can you guess? The hollow hold. Then 5 more core exercises just to prep action item number 2. Then there's a section of 6 moves in the warm-up for upper body, where we perform each position of handstand: press, planche, V-stand, stalder, crab, and hollow back. And then on for the back, the legs, the wrists, everything. Obviously, not everyone can go and bust out handstands on demand at all angles, so you perhaps would use a progression like a bridge instead of hollow back, or L pulses for the V-stand. Often, people think it's too hard and give up or quit. Maybe it's age, past injuries, but most of the time, it's lack of confidence in themselves. That's why a good support network is so important. Just a good circle of people around you. Come to think of it, we literally warm up in a circle. After the warm-up, the strength thread continues into a section called couplets for direct power work. For example, this might include the jelly legs workout, which is 10 squat jumps coupled with 10 pyramid push-ups and no rest in between. This trains cardio and explosivity. Plus, it prepares students for tumbling landings, single leg squats, and handstand push-ups. Done for 5 rounds, it focuses solely on the strength development. And we do all sorts of different types of couplets, but that is one solid example for any level. But most people's training just stops there. They do a stretch class or they do a strength program, and that's it. But the strength thread continues spanning into the skills section. Let's take handstand level 1, which includes a pretty difficult move. We might do the kata 5 times in a row, throttling your heart rate very high and demanding constant attention to detail. And each move is also strength-based to one degree or another. But on top of that, people often avoid what they're not good at or not strong at, like the challenging move in this kata called the bridge twist. Well, guess what? We zero in on that and build it, even if people are scared. Fear not, that's the most repeated command in the Bible, which is pretty significant. And perhaps we'll work on it with 20 supplemental bridge kickovers off a block. And that's just basic level stuff. This goes all the way up to level 10 in 5 different elements for powerbatics. But we'll keep it simple here. So after skills section, we go into flexibility, which likewise incorporates the strength thread. You see, even flexibility requires strength, like squeezing the legs in the leg iron cross. The best part of the strength thread is sharing wins and victories, which our students do every day. When you do that, you're in a much better place to actually achieve your goals than a negative Nancy or Nelson. Positive Paul here uses this exact foolproof method, overcoming 11 knee surgeries, spine issues, and at 53 is doing strength, skills, and even katas, demonstrating proficiency. Action item number 2 is no matter what age or level you're at, you need to focus on building the moves piece by piece or you'll get stuck. We call this shapes training. People overlook this all the time. Are we gymnastics form Nazis? No. We have martial arts components, powerful execution, off-axis movement, so many differences. And don't even mention the C word. But if you can get your brain to think of your training in terms of shapes, then you'll advance significantly more quickly than someone who doesn't. The most basic of shapes includes straight, hollow, arch, pike, tuck, and straddle. Then the arm and leg angles. These can be closed, like acute or open, obtuse, or even past like oversplits. This applies to literally any kind of human movement. Riding a bike, for example, is hollow, tucked with closed arm angle and alternating legs. It's almost like a fetal position, just like working on a computer all day. Part of our job is helping you break the shell and come out of it, opening up into greater movement. So next time you train, think about every move in your session with those shapes in mind, and be deliberate in your positioning and alignment. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect or obsessive, because that can be mentally draining and interfere with the fun of your progress, which should be a huge part of your training. I remember when I was training to become level 10 in all 5 elements of Powerbatics. It was very hard. I didn't really start training until 35 years old when we started all of this. I could do a few moves and saw flips, but I made it a goal to get to level 10 in free run, handstand, power moves, circ, and ninja strength, because it was very important for me to have experienced it all and be able to fully understand it all in order to best teach somebody else. I wanted to do every move at least one time on hard ground outside the gym, especially up into the higher levels. I had to overcome fears, and nobody was coaching me. I had to reverse engineer moves exactly how I'm showing you with these shapes right here. The third action item is how to keep making progress. This part is actually really cool, and when it clicks for you, it'll allow you to reverse engineer and build more advanced strength and skill, becoming a bodyweight rock star. Big problem with building any of these is people's weak links. So let's say you want to do a press handstand. Well, you need to be able to have strength in your shoulders in a more open position. Raise your arms up. If it's a struggle to put your arms literally on your ears with a straight back, hands pointed straight to the sky, that's a weak link. Potential rotator cuff issues, and a handstand will be very difficult. Same thing for hips. A straddle actually makes everything easier because you can bring the weight closer to the fulcrum, but a handstand with feet together is going to be very difficult, and without a straddle it will be near impossible to press into a handstand. So you take the shapes and build them individually. Like leg iron cross and straddle shape will not only train the heck out of your legs, but also improve your balance, your rock climbing ability, kicks, everything. And it will allow you to take that shape, invert it, and if you simultaneously train for more open shoulders and strength, you'll be able to press handstand. Like I said, if you can wrap your head around training in shapes, along with the strength thread, you'll make sustainable progress. 3 S's to remember, okay? What were they? 1,000,000 Pac-Rim points if you can remember without rewinding. Plus, you'll feel like you're a kid again. Darren is only 25 in Pac-Rim years. The training is literally foolproof and creates bodyweight rock stars. Now, you'll be able to build a training block, but obviously, as you can probably see, it can become pretty complicated, especially spanning a long period of time, and without objective eyes that tell you the truth. It's easy not to be honest with ourselves, as we should be, and it's easy to get overwhelmed or frustrated. We're only human. But to solve this, you can connect with me and my team. It's absolutely free to dive into our universe, and if you want, you can even get into private training. Now, you'll need to qualify though, but the reason we do this is because I saw the restriction in physical therapy and bodyweight training, where most of the industry is focused on training kids or barely rehabbing people back to a desk job. But if you want to train with us, you'll be able to dive in literally the next 24 hours and be working with me and my team of doctorate physical therapist coaches, and you'll make more progress in 2 months than in the last 12 months doing it yourself. I really mean that. But it begins upon the foundation of this 3 action item method in this video, weaving strength through your entire training block and structuring it appropriately, wrapping your head around shapes and building sustainability by progressing shape by shape to more advanced strength and skill. If you do, I guarantee you'll make rapid progress, probably faster than you even think. See you in the next video and in training soon.